In this 2D particle problem, we will solve for the tension inside each rope and also this angle alpha that we don't know. Okay, so we need to begin by the free body diagram where we have an information. The only information that we have is the weight of the lamp, 15 pounds. So we will begin by the particle A. So let's do one step at a time. It's just a question of organization. So one, we will do the particle A. So we have the free body diagram, the point A. We have the weight that is 15 pounds. And we have two tension, 160 degrees. So that's TBA and TAC. They don't have the same angle. We will use the axis X and Y for all the free body diagrams. So let me write it there. Okay. And we have this angle 45 and 60 degrees. Okay. The simple way is to use the axis X and Y. You could teach your axis to have one of them, like TAC or TBA on one of the axes, to solve for one another at a time. That's a possibility, but I will use X and Y and a little system. So we have some of the forces on X equals 0. We have minus TBA cosine 60 plus TAC cosine 45 equals 0. Okay, so I like to write it always the same unknown, TBA first and TAC second. So we'll do the same for some of the forces on Y equals 0. For TBA, I have TBA sine 60 plus TAC sine 45 and minus 15 equals 0. Okay, so we have two unknowns and two equations. So we can use a little system of matrix. So what I use is with the inverse, and I got the answer there. Yeah, there. That's a -1. So everything in front of TBA go in the first column, in front of TAC go in the second column. First equation, first row, second equation, second row. So we have minus cosine 60, cosine 45, and sine 60, and sine 45. And this one, we have the minus 15, so when you go on the other side, it will be plus 15 and 0. Okay, so when you solve for your matrix, you get the first answer is TBA, and the second answer is TAC. TAC, TBA, that's the same. So for TAB, we found 11.0 pounds. Put it in your calculator or in your system that you use to solve on internet. So let me highlight those two first answers, TBA and TAC. So now, next point, we will use another particle. Which one do we use? Now we know, so we know this one, we know this one, we know this one. And the one that we don't know are TCD, TBC, TBE, and also theta. So the particle that we need to use is the particle B because we have just two unknown at B. At C, we have 3 because we don't know theta. So let's do the free body diagram for the particle B. Oops. Okay, so particle B, that was A, now that's B. We have TBA, that is equal to 11 pounds. And we have TBC and TEB. And this angle is 30 degrees. So for this one, we will be able to solve one unknown at a time because on Y, we don't have TBC. But we need to begin by some of the forces on Y. So let's do some of the forces on Y equals 0. we got TEB sine 30. Oh, I forgot to put this axis there. That's TBA, so that's 60 degrees there, or 30 degrees on the top, right? So let's use, the 30 degrees on the top. So I say plus TEB sine 30, this complement, and minus the 11 pounds cosine 30 equals 0. So we got TEB that is equal to the 11 pounds cosine 30 divided by sine 30. That's 19. How much did I get? I just check my answers. Okay. Yes, 19.0 pound. Okay, that's for TEB. And now we can solve for some of the forces on X. It's equal to 0. So we got minus TEB cosine 30 plus TBC and plus the complement on the Y, on the X for the 11 pounds, so plus 11 sine 30 equals 0. So we have TEB that is equal to, other side, so minus TBC. How much is TBC? Oh no, that's TBC that we are looking for, sorry. I need to do that. TBC is what we are looking for, and TEB, now we just got it there. So we have TBC that is equal to 19 cosine 30 minus 11 sine 30. So 19 cosine 30 minus 11 sine 30. 10.95. That's funny. Everything is really close to exact number. So it's 11.0 pounds. Okay, let me add them. So TEB and TBC. So now we have this one and this one in blue. And we can go at the particle C to find our two last unknown, theta, and I will show you how we find theta because it's very common that we need to use the same steps that we will do. So number 3, I will do the particle C. Particle C, oops, the 4 that we know, TBC, we found 11 pounds. And this one at 45 degrees is TAC, so that's 7.76 pounds, and we have a 45 degrees angle. Here we go. And the 4 that we don't know is TCD, and we don't know the angle theta. Okay, so we need to write the two equations on X and Y, and you will see what we will have. Just, oops, make this. Let me make it on the left. So when we do sum of the forces on X equals 0 from the particle C, what we have is we have TCD cosine theta minus 11 and minus 7.76 sine 45 equals 0. So we got TCD cosine theta that is equal to, so we have 11 plus 7.76 sine 45. Try to keep your exact number. That's 16.5. Okay. And now when we do sum of the forces on Y equals 0, we got TCD sine theta minus 7.76 cosine 45 equals 0. So we got TCD sine theta equal, oops, this one minus 11. That's 5.5, 5.49. Okay, 5.49. What are we doing when we have a TC cosine theta and a TC sine theta? It's always the same. You will end up with those two equations a lot. So what you will do is you will do the equation number 1 divided by the equation number 2. So 1 divided by 2 on both sides. First equation, TCD sine theta equal 5.49. Second equation, TCD cosine theta is equal to 16.5. Okay. TCD, oops. And sine theta divided by cosine theta is tangent theta. Equal this 5.49 divided by 16.5. And you solve for theta using the inverse tangent. So inverse tangent of this one divided by this one. That gives you 18.4 degrees. Okay. And final steps, you use one of the two equations that you have before. So let's, for example, use this one. And we replace theta by this value. So second step, oops, we use TCD cosine 18.4 degrees is equal to 16.5. And we ended up with TCD that is equal to this one divided by cosine of the angle that you just found. That's 17.4 pounds. And let me highlight the answers. I use the yellow for the answers. TCD, theta. And that was our two last unknown. So we can put them now in blue on the graph. Oops. This one and this one are blue. So we did one step at a time. Let me put everything there. We did first the particle A. We solved for TAB and TAC. Second, we used the particle B. We used for TEB and TBC using one equation at a time. And after that, we use the particle C, free body diagrams. We solve for theta and then TCD. One step at a time. The difficulty there is like if you make a mistake at the beginning, everything, there will be a mistake for each answer. So take your time to look at your sign and check that your answer makes sense. The weight of the lamp was 15 pounds. And look at the pounds. We have 11, 8, 19. The more there is an angle, the more it's bigger. So 2 EB has a 30 degrees angle only, so that's normal that it's increased the tension in the rope, and TCD 17.4. So yeah, I think everything made completely sense. I hope you enjoy this video. Bye bye.